we're gonna use a Voodoo band and 2 mobility bands to help us restore that ankle dorsiflexion. Hey, welcome back to the Daily NWOT Perform. What we're going to be doing today, guys, is we're going to be doing a pre or post-workout intervention to help us improve the squat archetype. So specifically, we're going to be going after ankle dorsiflexion and restoring that position today, all right? So what we're going to do is we're going to go with the Royale with Cheese intervention. We're going to use a Voodoo band and 2 mobility bands to help us restore that ankle dorsiflexion. So what we're going to do is we're going to start first getting that Voodoo band around the foot and the ankle, right? So we're going to go with our tension, 7 out of 10 tension here as we go around the foot and the ankle. And we're just trying to cover up all of those open spaces within the foot and the ankle. If there's a little bit of space within the heel, don't worry about that, but we're just adding 7 out of 10 pressure and compression here with 50% overlap with the band, all right? So we've gone above and below the ankle. We've got that band set up, and then what we're going to do here is we're going to take our band hooked up onto the rig. We're going to get the back end of that band to cup around the back of our heel, create basically a figure 8 around the top of the foot, okay? So this way. And then we will take our extra band and then place it just underneath the ball of our foot, okay? So as we get ourselves set up here, our mission is to distance ourselves away from the anchor. We're going to start to create a distraction force here through the ankle joint itself, all right? So we've got band pulling everything from the heel down, all right? So everything that sits underneath those ankle bumps along the inside and outside here, we have that band essentially just creating a distraction force there. We're going to walk ourselves away, get a moderate amount of tension, and then with the other band that's wrapped around the top of our foot, just apply this force where it's pulling our toes up towards our shins, okay? When we get into this position, we're just going to work on actively creating some motion through that ankle. So we're going into full plantar flexion, toes down, and then let the band help pull the foot up towards us to get that dorsiflexion, right? So we're just getting, I am just kind of saying that this is going to help restore dorsiflexion, but this is actually a global mobilization here to help improve and restore motion in basically every direction that our ankle can take us into, all right? So we're going up and down, and I like the Voodoo band because, one, it just helps us also squish out and force out some of that extra potential fluid that we may have in our ankle that can also help prevent us from closing down the joints and getting everything moving in its optimal position, all right? So we're going into just 20 to 30 of these movements here just in this plane, right? So we're pointing toe down, let the band pull the foot up, okay? And we're just getting everything to kind of just readjust and move right along that ankle joint. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to use the band, apply as much pressure as I can to pull it up into a neutral position here, right? Meaning that my foot and my ankle are close to a 90-degree position there, an angle. And so I'm going to hold that, and then we're going to start to just move the ankle into some inversion and eversion. So we're getting the foot to turn in and out, and just wiggling it from side to side here, okay? So we're just trying to just restore all that mobility, open up the capsule along the ankle here, just to be able to create just global changes in how well the ankle is going to move, all right? So same thing here. We go anywhere 20 to 30 times. If you feel that there's a lot of limitation, you feel like something's catching, something's getting stuck, then just spend a little bit more time there, add in a few more reps, all right? So I'm just going to take it in and out about 5 more times. Lost track of count here, but I'm starting to feel that I'm starting to make some changes in how the ankle feels, okay? And then we're going to detach ourselves. So slowly take yourselves out. Don't get tangled up like the way I am right now, okay? And then just quickly remove the Voodoo band. And what you start to notice too is that you may notice that you get some striations here just from the compression, and that could be an indication that you had just accumulated some edema, some swelling within the ankle that you may not have even expected. All right, so what we're going to do is just assess our ability to drop down into that squat, see how it feels to get into that bottom position, and see if there's just a little bit more availability of motion to play around, shifting from side to side, and just feel if that bottom position just feels a little bit more open. All right, so now we're just going to repeat the same thing, opposite side. All right, so we're taking the voodoo band back down again, and we're just going to go above and below the ankle. Goal is to just cover up as much open space as we can get. All right, with half, 50% overlap, get about 7 out of 10 compression and stiffness there. All right, so just get completed, tuck in that loose tail. And then let's go back again. So we've got that cradle that sits right along the back of our calcaneus or our heel bone. So it's underneath those bumps along the inside and outside of the ankle. Cross over the band along the top here. Add in a second band here, put around the ball of our foot along the metatarsal heads, right? And then let's just distance ourselves from the rig. So it's pulling straight down. Get a nice pull. Okay. Use this one here along the metatarsal heads to pull that foot up into a little bit more of this neutral position. And then we start to actively pump into plantar flexion here. So 20 to 30 times, just getting that motion. Anytime you start to feel that there's more slack, things start to open up, you can go ahead and just give yourselves a little more distance, apply more of that distraction force, okay, in through that ankle. But that's up to you. If this is enough tension right here from where you are, then stay there. If you want a little bit more of a distraction, think about just gapping and opening up that ankle joint itself. Go ahead and separate yourself a little bit further, okay? So 20 to 30 times. I think I'm going to just finish up with just another 10 more right here. Moving in nice and quick. I like this voodoo band because it does also help restore the sliding surfaces, as well as help with just squeezing out and compressing any edema and fluid that we may have along all of these small joints here, right, that settle along the foot and the ankle. And then from here now, I'm really getting to pull up, try to take myself at least into neutral, and then we're going into ankle inversion, eversion, take it to end range in both directions. Think about getting that heel bone, the calcaneus, to start to tilt from side to side, okay, as we go through this. And it's just another 20, 30 repetitions, okay? So you stay as close to neutral as you can, but when you start to invert a little bit, it may take you down into a little bit of plantar flexion. All right, so I got 10 more here. Just in and out. Take it to end, range positions. Okay, and then we start to just get ourselves detached here. So, unloop, remove the voodoo band, and then we'll just retest again. Bottom of squat position, right? Active arches, dropping down, and then let's just see if it feels like you have a little